Hello everyone, this is Alpha Trooper 12. Today I'm going to be doing a video review of the Nerf Super Soaker Microburst. This is a water blaster that's pump action, single shot with an internal water tank. Let's go ahead and get into the review of this blaster. Getting to the external overview, starting up at the front, of course this is a water blaster, so it does not feature an strike or a lug. Down here's the pump. This is a pump action blaster, just like the Rattler, and it functions the exact same as the Rattler. To use it, you pump out and then you push forward as hard as you can, and that shoots out the water. The total capacity of this blaster is 7 to 12 shots, depending on how fast you can pump it and how hard you pump it. If you pump it a little bit slower, you get about 12 shots. If you pump it really fast to get the farthest range, you're going to use a bit more water, so you get about 7 shots. Up here, there is no tactical rails in this blaster, so no form of tactics at all, but it's kind of good because I don't think you're going to want to bring your Nerf accessories into the water because that can rust them out if they have metal inside them, and if they're electronic like a nitron scope, that can ruin the electronic function. Right here there's a front iron sight which does not correspond with any rear ones. This is not actually an iron sight, this is just a piece of plastic, so it's kind of a bit weird to aim it, but water guns aren't very accurate either, so it's not really meant to be aimed. Right here there is a sling mount, so you can attach a bandolier or a sling, so you can sling this blaster on your pocket. Going on to the grip itself is extremely small, but it's very comfortable. If this was on something like a carbine platform, this would not be very comfortable, but since it's in a little small platform in this little tiny pistol size, you're not going to be using this very much unless it's an emergency only, so it's honestly not too bad to use. Going down to the bottom, we have the water tank. To open it up, you simply just unscrew it like this, and then it opens up. This water hole is extremely small, so you cannot just put this under a faucet like the Rattler and just fill it up. You're probably going to get water everywhere trying to fill this up. That's what I did when I was trying to use it, which is pretty inconvenient. But once it's filled up, you can simply screw it back on like this, and you're ready to fire. Make sure it's screwed on all the way or else the water will leak out, of course, just like most Super Soakers. And if you also want to, you can unscrew this, and right here you will see 2 tabs. You can line those tabs up with these holes, and you can take this entire part off. You can cut that off, and then you can just have a screw-on piece. I'm actually contemplating doing this, but I kind of want to keep it the way it was. So that pretty much concludes the external overview of the Nerf Super Soaker Microburst. Let's go ahead and get to the firing test. Alright, I'm going to be firing shots out of this. I'm going to hopefully try to get 7. And we're out. Test is concluded. Let's go ahead and go over the specs. I cannot chronograph this blaster, even though I do own a new chronograph. I would probably break it trying to do this. So no chronograph test for this blaster. With the ranges, angled I was getting about 20 to 25 feet, and flat I was getting about 15 to 20 feet. So this thing is definitely not a range blaster, but it does work pretty well at close range or close quarters. Now to the pros and cons of the Nerf Super Soaker Microburst. First, starting off with the pros, it's ergonomics. It's extremely comfortable. If this piece wasn't on here, my pinky would actually run off like that, trying to hold it. But with this piece on, when it's screwed in, it's pretty comfortable. It's not really that bad, and it's just a nice blaster to hold. My next pro is the usability. It's extremely easy to use. There's grooves in this priming hand or this pump, so you don't really lose grip even when your fingers are wet. It's just a fun blaster to use, it's easy to use, and anyone can learn how to use this thing. And my last pro is the size. This thing is very small. It's about 2 jolts the size, so it is pretty small. You can easily fit this thing into a pocket, bring it out, and pump somebody and shoot them with it. I think the reason why they made it just a little bit bigger than something like a jolt is because if it was the size of a jolt, you'd probably only get 1 or 2 shots with it, and that would pretty much just be a Dollar Tree water gun, where this thing feels much more premium than something like that, and it's got a few more shots than that. Now to the cons. I only have one con, and that's the actual amount of shots you have for the capacity before you're out. This thing only gets about 7 to 12 shots before you have to reload, and reloading this thing is a huge pain. The fact that this pump or this opening is extremely small, you can't really bring this thing up just to the hose and fill it up easily. If you had one of those water balloon fillers, you could easily fill it up with something like that. But just using a faucet, I had a really hard time filling this thing up. So now that the pros and cons are concluded, let's go ahead and go over my personal opinion, then to my recommendation of the blaster. Overall, I really like this blaster. I had a lot of fun using it. I paid a really good price for this. I found this in Nerf Thrifting episode 3. I had a lot of fun using it. Testing it was fun. And it's just really cool about how small this blaster is. It's crazy how small this is. Alright, so now to my recommendation of the blaster. Overall, I can recommend this to pretty much anybody that wants to get into water guns. I'm not a huge water gun person, but I do like collecting Super Soakers, as they are under the Nerf brand, so it's pretty cool to have them. Super Soakers are a lot of fun because you don't need to buy darts. You can just put them right under your faucet and you're good to go. You don't need magazines unless you're using something like one of the water bottle blasters, but it's a very fun blaster to use. It's easy to use and it's really cheap. I paid 49 cents for this blaster, but new, these things go for about $8, which is a very good price for a Super Soaker. They have a second generation of this, which is a different color and it doesn't look as nice in my opinion, but if you want to buy one, I will leave a purchase link in the description box below. So that's my recommendation of the blaster. I can recommend this to pretty much anybody that wants to get into Super Soakers because it is a lot of fun to use and it's really cool how small this thing is. It's cool to just aim it like that and pump it. It's a lot of fun to use. So that's my video review of the Nerf Super Soaker Microburst. I really hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.